So, in a hectic schedule, trying to reach the biggest audience possible, getting back, therefore, on a vast array of issues that have been deliberating lately. And most of them require a lot of privacy, nevertheless, like I say, in order to advance in terms of results. So, we can start by invoking the potential escalation of the Russian Ukrainian conflict and checking back the development by speaking about the recent events in Poland as well as the one touching the nuclear power plants in Ukraine. I don't want to get back onto the scenario of the escalations, of course. If I have to deliberate and speak about the direct confrontation between Russia and Ukraine, I would be following up with the situation on the field and the airstrikes and the rest of the events that are currently occurring. The failure of the G7 within the G20 has shown again the incapacity of the world to manage such a crisis. I could understand the absence of President Putin in this context of action as it reveals a lot of differences that are ongoing in the world. The issues that are related to this conflict will lead us to speak about NATO while analyzing Article 4 and 5, getting back to the issue of Poland. NATO, between brackets, is not the shield of the United Nations. It's a different organization, and we can see that maybe in history NATO has intervened in situations like in the Balkans, but it is close to the countries that are in its membership. We hardly see the organization backing up the United Nations in other fronts. Yes, indeed, in the Balkan situation we had the United Nations as well, but like if we go to the conflicts in Africa, UN peacekeeping is dealing by itself because it's not a territory of NATO. So while speaking about the Russian-Ukrainian conflict at large, it will lead us also to speak about the definition or the redefinition of the global strategy of defense worldwide without even speaking about the United States in this context of action. Many other things could be developed while we are still speaking about this and invoking at a glance the other armed conflicts on Earth related to the modern bacteriological war. We have to understand that there is a denial in terms of the fact that COVID is still present, as we can see on the People's Republic of China and the zero tolerance policy that is still having a lot of hurdles within a developed country such as the People's Republic of China, as well as the inequality that are still existing in African countries, in Central Asian countries, and some Latin American countries that the world face with denial. It is a shameful situation. I commend, therefore, nevertheless the efforts of few in order to help within this context of action. So, besides the big events, like I said, that are testing humanity, we have the issue of climate change that is still ongoing and the confirmed global food crisis in 2023. Those are cataclysmic events for mankind. The situations of national policies in the case of the United States could be invoked when we speak about the global socio-economic chaos that began in 2020 and also adding on that the impact of the inflation. So all these events are basically testing the world. When it comes to the United States, like I say, it's a very long process. As you are following up, you can see with the situation of Georgia, it takes time. I'll be following up with Elon Musk on one side and Bill Gates on the other when it comes to how to restructure the political map of the United States with the process of moving from representative democracy to direct democracy, and also with other people of decision. So we are following up and starting from now to think about the upcoming 2024 elections for the presidential as well as for the Senate and the Congress as well. But like I say, it's a very long process, and following up on a scale while invoking the other topics in these videos that are indeed bigger than what's going on in the United States. But don't underestimate any factor. Everything has to be followed up by the loop.